Take two.
Here we go, Tone. Big week this week. There's a grand final week, and not only is the Queen gift us all the Victorians and the people of Australia another day off, but Tassie can tell us, isn't it a national holiday in Victoria tomorrow? Is it Victoria or Melbourne for the grand final week?
It's actually Melbourne, but it should be Victoria. I'm pretty sure it's Victoria. As far as I'm concerned, it's a public holiday for me. All I know is that I don't have to work, and I don't think any of my Victorian friends do. So, yeah, the state government a few years ago decided that this football game is almost as big as that one day in November, the first Tuesday. And we've got the day off. So what a great country. Good country, Australia. Good country.
Good country. And so it should be in a way, because the MCG is a church, and it is our religion, Toad, as it's inbuilt into us, ingrained, as they say. I wouldn't say inbred, Tone, because I know you're from Tassie. You get a bit touchy when we talk about that. But Tone, welcome, mate. How you going?
I'm all right, buddy. I'm ready to fire. Let's go. Big weekend, massive weekend. Races here, there, everywhere. Spring's coming. You know, they're popping up like mushrooms in the spring. You know, they're popping up there, all those big races, big events. Yeah.
Tone, you're good for a loan too, I've heard.
Good for a loan.
Yeah, I've heard you're good for a loan, mate.
Stories, have they?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's get into it. Last week, episode 113, like, fair dinkum, Tone has just got basically cleared the debt of a third world country with the amount of money he won last week. Tone, 3 out of 5 the last 5 Saturdays. Indiscreetly, they backed it with their ears pinned back, as you would say. Tone, it started SP at $2.10. You've tipped it at $3.30. No deductions.
Yes. No deductions, yeah. So if they jumped on at $3.30, you were doing all right. But
Tone, would that have to be one of the easiest watches you've ever seen?
Oh yes, yeah, exactly. It just came up, cruised away.
Now,
classes above the rest of those other Detroits.
Taz, we do get a little bit of feedback on Put a Line Through It, and people are a little bit worried about Tony's mind. Does he remember what he does? Does he know which horses that he's backed before? And he seems to get a bit lost. A few senior moments.
I've worked it out, though.
Right.
I've worked it out.
Okay.
Tony is the party tipster.
The party tipster.
He celebrates his wins, and even when he loses, he celebrates. So it doesn't really matter, and that's why he forgets. Because if it's shit, you want to put it behind you, and if it's that good, he parties that hard, he forgets how good it was.
I reckon he's the opposite.
You reckon?
I reckon he's angry if it wins and angry if it loses. I don't know. I reckon it's the opposite.
It's only anger if there's not enough money on it, that's all.
Yeah, well,
look at him, he's pretty happy today. So I reckon he's had plenty.
I've lost where I was going with that, with the senior moments. But Taz, can you ask him a question about which jockey rode it last week?
Yeah, like this guy was a famous tennis player. Is that right, Tone?
I don't know who was on it last week. All I know, it's one. That's it. It's money in the bank. Don't worry about it.
I've given you a lead in. I've given you a lead in.
The list, Tone.
I've got it on the list.
I don't follow tennis. God,
yeah, but he's Australian.
Darren Cale, Tone.
Who?
Darren Cale, I think Taz means.
No, it was. Yes. So think of the jockey. If it wasn't Darren,
I'd have to look back through the form guide.
M.K. Hill.
It was Mickey Cale last week. You were telling us, Tony, he's one of the honest jocks. And
oh, yeah, Mickey, yeah, he's been out for a while, but he's come back. He doesn't pull him up. Yes, he's on the good side of the book. I'd have to look in my black book, but I don't have it here. He's not on the Curdy.
I've got the list.
The Curdy Tommy side. He's not on.
You've got 3 jockey. You've got 3 on the good side now. You've got Mickey Cale. You've got Jamie Carr and Holly Watson. There's 3 of them.
No, Stephanie Thornton, isn't it?
No,
it was Holly. It was Holly because you've never backed
Holly.
Oh,
West Australia.
Because you don't bet in WA. You're smart.
No.
Unlike some people on this show
who
just love it.
2 weeks ago, Tone, and the last week, and now this week. This is the 3rd week we're following up on the shit list, Tone. And Holly Watson, we made a joke. Remember how you've never backed her? That's why she's on the good list.
Oh, well.
Anyway, Mickey Carr got the job done for you, mate. It was an easy watch, one of the easiest watches you ever see, indiscreetly.
Yep.
But Tony, it was like fucking Disneyland for you, big boy. It was like you going to the haunted house. It was like you reading Casper the Friendly Ghost. How many ghosts won for you last week, big boy?
Oh,
Yeah, they all won, but I wasn't on them all.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Mr. Vine, Emma, 20 skins, your best mate, Noe. What happened?
Yeah,
He
no,
was on.
I had a little bit. But no, he had a lot, I reckon. I reckon he loaded up. Good on you, Noe. That's it. I'll tell you what, got a surprise for you this
What
week.
about Shimino in Adelaide winning the big sprint?
Shimino,
Yep,
good God, couldn't run guts for a slow butcher and then comes out and goes bang like that.
You know
I
what,
wouldn't back it with stolen money.
Tony, the
back
last
to
time
Solomon.
Shimano won was nearly two and a half years ago, and that was when we
That's
just
right.
started
That's
Ponty.
right.
And
Yes.
you tipped it in its last win.
That's probably about right.
What about Unique Artist in the first in Melbourne? That's another one
Yes.
that goes big band.
Yes, Unique Artist is another special one of my little gems.
And what about the Tassie Mail you throw out on the page? Wolverine runs a good third at around 3 skins, and then Ita salutes at 16s.
That's it.
Oh, yes, some very good mail. Yes, I've been informed that there'll be some absolutely supersonic mail coming through this weekend. So they'll have to watch the bet, Fred. Probably might be a little bit on Saturday, but I'm expecting a lot of mail coming through on Sunday.
So it was your day last week. I just hope that you weren't on the beers in the middle of town there and not thinking about all the ghosts that were winning and saluting.
Oh, the criminals.
Because I know we're pumping him up, but there was also icing on the cake.
Oh,
Because like Tone won't tell us how he backed all these horses, because he has. But what he also did is he also, for the second time ever, he backed the Chocky Wheels. So not only did he get the House of Horrors all up, he finally, second time ever, got on the Chocky Wheel where we got 2 winners and a third, and he's loaded up again. So Tony,
Yeah,
that's why I said right at the start. I did say right at the start, you're good for a loan, didn't I? I did ask.
There has been a lot of races since then, Taz. There's been a lot of races since then.
President got absolutely crunched, and as usual, runs like a busted ass. Deb Skevier was probably one of the worst I've ever seen go around, Taz. There was no excuses there.
Look, there was no excuses. It's going around again this weekend. The only thing, and I know that every now and again we like to talk up the winners, and I just want to say something about our president. It finished last.
Yes.
Deep Skevier was a shit run, but still beat a few home. So my haircut, because of you, I still couldn't get one.
Yeah.
Because of you. You're the one.
The quaddie was no good. We're out in the first league, which always hurts and destroys us.
Oh.
But let's get on to some better news. Tone and the Trojans hasn't been great for a couple of weeks, but he turned it into a little bit of a profit, Tone, this week.
Yeah.
A little, got away with a little bit of money in your pocket. Not a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't much, but still, it stopped the hemorrhaging of the back pocket.
Rot.
Yes, stop the rot.
It was.
So well done. I'm excited about the UK. Don't worry about that. The last night you threw out a Yankee in the UK, Tony. How we go?
No good, mate. No.
All right. So
but I would. There's a couple there that can be excused. I wouldn't. Forgotten what they are now. Long Legs Little, whatever was one of them.
all right.
That one I wouldn't. I put that one in the black book.
I know Ando follows you in, so let's try to
yes,
Ando going because we love him. And
yes.
Anyway, Pizzas Pickers, not too bad. We got 2 out of 4 and pretty honest third, a Black Booker in Platini.
Good job.
Up north.
Well done.
It was great to get the second win because always, you get that little boost if you double them up or you put them into a double. You can sneak away with a bit of cash. And it was a great little drift on the runner in Sydney. Then I'm on at 200 to 1 in the big dance. Now, I think Marto's a bit confused because he's got so many bets, the Magical Man. He's got so many things happening. So I said, I'm at 200 to 1 on this corporate bloody whatever shit name it was called. And then I said, I'm at 200 to 1 in the big dance. And then Marto's like, what about Spanish Mission? What about Tiger?
Oh, yeah, Vow and Declare.
And I'm like, mate, it's not the big dance as in the Melbourne Cup, mate. It's a New South Wales initiative of country horses coming to run for $1 million.
Yeah, that's right.
So Marno was all confused, thinking the big dance was the Melbourne Cup. So it's good to know that Marno doesn't know everything. Oh, right. But Wednesday, this is why the people who watch the YouTube should get across to the Facebook page, the Book of Face, and the people on the Book of Face should get over to the YouTube, because you never know what juice we're going to throw out, Tone. And I tell you what, this is like an Italian blood orange. Our mate Squirter, Simon Purtle, up in Rockhampton, the king of Rockhampton, Squirter we call him, the great man himself, he threw out a treble in the bet thread on Wednesday. If you're following the pickers, he threw out point to counterpoint, the one that I'm on at 200 to 1 for the big dance. And Dutchy Savoy and Lock Eagle, they all win. I'm not going to say who, but Simon Purtle, Squirter, you're an absolute fucking champion, mate. And some of the familiar, I'm not going to say who.
No, not any three particular blokes.
Or
no three particular blokes.
Not three. Could be one. Could be three. But on Bet365, whoever's got an account, they've thrown out the pineapple and it's turned into $4.5 grand.
Wow.
Great man.
Nice result.
Thank you, Squirter. So we appreciate Squirter. Sharing is definitely caring. So if you've got something and you've got a bit of mail and you've got a bit of excitement about something, let us know, because bang, I love it. Bang it. How good is that? One more for the fill up, and we got one more for the fill up. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Squirter. Champion. All right.
That was a ripper.
Tomorrow night, we move on. Moonee Valley. Now, of course, Mornington. Oh, you love Mornington, Tom.
Mornington country tracks.
Oh,
you know what Toto is?
Yes.
Yeah, horse.
Toto. No,
wasn't that Zorro? Wasn't that the name of the horse?
What I think
Toto.
Of Mornington races are like a toilet. They need to be flush it all down there. Nah, no way.
Do you know what I think of Mornington?
Yep.
Hey,
damn.
I think of Ben Melham and Jamie Carr, because wasn't it around there?
There we go.
That's what I think.
The elephant in the room.
They're a lovely couple at the moment too. I didn't realise he was such a good-looking fella.
He's not a bad looking. He's not a bad looking.
Yeah, he's a good-looking man. No.
He's no Craig Williams, but anyway.
Oh, well, Thunderbirds a go.
That's one of Tony's favourite shows. He loves it. What do you say, Tony? Home, James.
Home, James, and don't spare the horses. Yeah.
I knew you love it. Yeah. The Moy Stakes is tomorrow night. Group 1 under the lights, over 1,000 metres. Pretty exciting race. I wish the Ruffy King was still around, Tone, because he tips it every year. The Moy Stakes winner. I think he tipped Buffering 2 out of 3 years, and about 10 skins the champion. Wish Ruffy King was still around. But anyway, a great race tomorrow night. Saturday, of course, we go to Mornington because the grand final's on. I don't think anyone really cares about the races on Mornington on Saturday, Tone.
Nah, absolutely.
Pez has gone extremely lucky. I've fallen in love with the horse after it beat Scorched Earth, and Taz told me this horse is special. I still believe.
Yes.
It was a really unlucky run last week. It wasn't extremely lucky at all. 2 weeks ago against Bella Nipotina. I think if Bella Nipotina is more in the market and extremely lucky with a better run, hopefully we get over the top of a bit of speed in the race from Malkovich, because Malkovich just runs like a scared cat. Tony, you're on isotope, big boy.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad run first up. Ran sick. One of Tez's favourite trainers there in the Golden.
Yep.
Experienced jockey jockey on it. We've got and he's not one of my favourites, but you know he can ride at times. Jai McNeil. I really think there's going to be some roughies tomorrow night at Moonee Valley. Dodgy track, really hard races. Things that stand out, I reckon, will get knocked off. I could be completely wrong, and often am, but yeah. So I've gone for something a little bit rough. Right. I'll take the 17 skins.
Perfect.
Interesting.
Taz.
Well, I'm riding a Tony wave because last week the Tony wave of House of Horrors pretty much saluted, and I know that Bella Nipotina, Tony, you have tipped it before. That said, its first up win I thought was really good. So to me, that signals it's come back strong. I think you're right, Pezza. There's going to be a lot of heat in this race.
Oh, it's going to be
my favourite.
Because you got Zoo Style in that. You got Zoo Style.
We have, but look, Zoo Style. You've got Coolangatta. That's going to push forward as well. Isotope likes to go forward. I think there's going to be a lot of speed on. And
no one's going to catch Malkovich from barrier 3.
The only reason I've gone with Bella Nipotina is because I think that it's the one. I mean, I like Extremely Lucky too, but I think it could be set up for something just off the pace to come over the top. That said, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. If I was going to bet with real money,
right.
I'd probably have a bet on Rothfire. I think the race sets up perfectly with those two, Zoustyle and Malkovich in front. Coolangatta, barrier 1 over 1,000 metres. I don't think I've ever seen a horse win.
No, but it will just sit off the pace though. It'll, like the others will go forward.
It won't get out. It won't get out because you'll have Malkovich and Zoustyle in front of it. It'll be snooking away. You'll be throwing your money away, I think. And
do you reckon they're gonna jump and try to slow them down and make it a sit sprint, like just change the pace?
No way.
Yeah, and that's why I reckon it does get out, because they're gonna go helter skelter. So they might be, the first two could go 2 and 3 clear.
Yeah, they're going to go 2 and 3 clear. 100%. They're going to go.
Yeah, but then I reckon Coolangatta could get out because there's going to be that gap to get out.
But I reckon Malkovich has got a good 9.50 in it, and the last 50 at tiptoes, and same as Zoustyle. It's 1,000 man specialist.
What about the Blue Battler?
Well, the Blue Battler is going to be the one, isn't it? It's going to come over the top. It's going to sweep around the bend and, drawn perfectly. It's going to get a perfect. It's going to get the run that. What's your horse? What are you talking about? Coolangatta's not going to get the Paul L run.
It's going to be interesting. Good race. It's a real. I like it. It's probably one of the better fields.
And you got to think.
There's a lot of chances.
You got to the September 1 ran it from an amazing position last year. It was well back, threaded its way through, got it there on the line, and actually won by a length. Craig rode it. Craig decided to ride it on Bella Nipotina, and Kerry McAvoy comes down to ride it September run. So interesting that Craig's pulled the other rein, gone with Bella over September run. Interesting.
Thunderbirds ago rang me. He rang me. Thunderbirds ago.
It's a great race. It's going to be Paul L trialled like an absolute champion up in Sydney. Geez, it was impressive. Far out. Rothfire last start, bang! Wow, you can't really see a more impressive win. And it's going to be a cracker. Who knows? Yeah. And then you got Moonee Valley thrown in. So it's but anyway,
it's going to be a bit of rain.
Barrier 1 over 1,000 metres, Taz. I don't think I've ever seen a winner. But anyway, we'll beg to differ.
That's it. We'll see. Look, I haven't tipped it. It's just that it is one of my favourite horses.
Yes. Okay. Taz, here we go, mate. We need you back. We need you back in the world of tone.
We do need. Look, I know it's like we've swapped positions. Eyes never lie. Sticking to Adelaide. Now, this horse, this preparation's had a few starts, hasn't won, but it has been looking good. Stubby Holder has got a good record on it. This horse has got a good record at the track. I see this race panning out with a lot of speed. So I think it's Impossible Mission is one of them. And there's two others. There's, I wrote it down too. Hang on a sec. Let me go through my notes here. That way I don't take up too much of your time. Impossible Mission and Cool Magnum and Cryptocurrency. So I reckon those three are going to go really hard. And I think Eyes Never Lie just sits behind. It is 1,500, so it's stepping up to this distance for the first time since last year, or early this year, when it got beaten by about 6 lengths behind the very, very impressive and now based in Hong Kong, Harley Movin. So if this horse can produce that type of form, got Stubby on, due for a win, bang, 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 eyes never lie.
I think Liam McDonald's in for a big day at Morphettville. He's got a runner in race 3 and 7 secrets. It's had a couple of runs, Tone. It's going to hoof on the till first up. And then, of course, the good at, Manhattan Times is in the 4th. So
that's a hard race, though.
They might win the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. So if you like
Manhattan Times, Pezza, coming up against a couple of good horses in there.
Well, it's a big step down from the Goodwood that it ran in last start. So
but I think I Am Benet's in that as well.
Wow. Look at So Benet during the week, around like a busted ass at $1.60.
Yeah, but I Am Benet.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you follow the Collingwood Silks or Liam McDonald, jump on 3, 4, 5, bang.
That's fair enough. Stop talking about it, because you know why? This is my tip. And then you say I talk too long.
Well, you do.
Move on. Enough of me.
All right.
I'm trying.
But I'm just trying to steer. If you like yours, have a look at the other 2 in the same silks and the same owners, same owner group.
No, don't tell people that.
Oh.
Just tell them stick to eyes never lie.
Okay.
And then when they've got the money, consider the other stuff themselves.
All right, we're going to Sydney on Saturday because Tone hates Mornington. He hates provincial tracks on a Saturday. Big fan of the Bendigo Cup, surely, on a Saturday, Tone.
No.
No, right. You did tip the Mornington Cup winner on a Saturday last year in Smoking Romans, big boy. And that won again last week, another ghost.
Yeah, but we were talking about past history. That was very strange that I actually tipped a winner at Mornington, because I hate the provincial tracks on the weekends. Absolutely.
What about Ballarat? Good track at Ballarat.
Ballarat. The only good thing that comes out of Ballarat is Ballarat bitter from the brewery, and that tastes all right.
It does taste good too.
Talking about tasting good, I don't mind the piece of man meat there and a flamingo sucking a little King Brown there. Great man himself. Lukey, we got Ando, the great man. Where's the Triple Ds? We haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. The captain, the great man himself. And then we got the serial killer, Barney. You won't see him for a couple of days because he's been watching Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix. So you won't see Jace for a while. Anyway, we're going to Sydney. The big value, massive day.
Yes,
we're going very wide in the first league because we want the winner. We've got 1, 2, 5, 8, and 13 and 16. Pieces on the 16. Regina down the bottom. Rachel King in the saddle for Guy Waterhouse and the bot fly. It's actually the market mover, and Barney loves a market mover on Ladbrokes. It's in the 34 in the 20 skins. And a little deterioration of the track won't hurt this horse at all. Taz, what do you like?
Oh, look, there's I've got me one of my other favourite horses, Espiona, but I reckon the wet track might hinder it a little bit, but hopefully, who knows? Expat, geez, we've both seen Expat. We love Expat.
Love Expat.
Catlin, if they're coming from behind, there's a chance, but I have not left out the top weight, Nimali.
Yeah.
I look back at its form and I think, you know what, any horse that can run this close to Zaki surely deserves to go in.
Surely. Tone, yeah. What was your on top?
I'm sticking with the 2 Startantes.
Oh yes.
7th last start. There's big red lots about this horse. Like a lot's expected from it. Spring. Over the spring carnival. Ran 7th last start. Don't like the jockey. I'm not a Jason Collette fan. Bit like trying to find the bloody bunyip. Near impossible. Whenever I've got this scumbag on a horse that I like, usually, goes walkabout like the Indigenous. But anyway, I've put it on top. I'm expecting a big show. Big show.
Tone didn't mean anything about that bag of scum.
No,
he
didn't.
Nations. No, we're not. No, we didn't. No.
Very sensitive times.
Very sensitive times. Hashtag Clarko, what have you done, you prick? You ruined North Melbourne.
Idiot.
Anyway.
Most successful coach at North Melbourne. Keep going.
Yeah, he's undefeated.
Undefeated.
Yeah, good. Nice. The second leg, political debates, Black Book. Don't worry about that. That was its Queensland form last prep. Anyway, Pez has got one here in secret. Absolute. If you want to stand this one out, now Robbie, my mad mate up in Cairns now from Geelong, mad Geelong supporter, used to be the Corio football president, absolute lunatic. more tattoos and brain cells. 1 out. I'm telling you now, go 1 out 16 because he's a bit angry because we told him to go 1 out a couple of weeks ago against War. What was it? War Eternal and what was that? Jamie Carr. What was that? War correspondent or something? The Mr. Uncle Byrne.
Uncle Bryn,
Uncle Bryn.
military expert, military
expert or military.
Yeah, was that the one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jamie Carr,
military.
Uncle Bryn.
Yeah, it was military expert.
Well,
or something.
he's
It's in
there
again this weekend.
messaging me. Rob's there, the prayers. He's there messaging me going, "You told me to stand Uncle Bryn 1 out." And I'm like, "No, I'm pretty sure we said that. Put both in. We had 2.
7 and 8 were the two numbers.
But anyway, Rob, stand out the 16, mate. Don't be afraid. This horse is should have won the Silver Shadow first up. Absolutely brained him in the lead up to the Golden Rose. This race, the race rated 3 lengths better on the day for the second lead up race. I forget the name, but another what's the other Golden Mile. Golden Mile was the other winner of the other race. So it was. Don't worry.
So your mate's Pezzy, your mate's name is Rob. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Rob.
Yep.
If you're going to stand out the one, if it's really raining a lot, maybe throw in the 14 as well. So you know how we said throw them both in? Maybe again throw them both in.
Well, Fireburn, we know, loves a heavy track. Last year was the Golden Cup, Golden Slipper winner, was actually undefeated. You know, for
and really, its first up run wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but
so
it's probably looking for this distance actually. But Tone, you like the Victorian Raider?
Yes, the old Jack. I don't know how you pronounce this, Jack Winnett or something.
Jackano.
Yeah, drawn a good barrier. I don't, I don't think it's been up to Sydney much, has it? Like it's only
first time, mate.
And so I think it's a big chance in this. Well, Damien Lane, he doesn't pull them up usually, so I think it's a chance. Like the favourite looks home and hose, but if anything's going to beat the favourite, I think this will go very close.
It's a great race.
Tough race, isn't it?
Very interesting. Very interesting race. And you never know, as Taz keeps telling us, it's going to deteriorate and from a soft 5 to maybe a heavy 8 or 9. And
well, as I said to you this pre-show, they were cancelling flights out of Sydney Airport because of the weather.
Right.
Wow.
So they're expecting more rain.
In the next leg, a tough race again, a lot of goes, 2, 6, 10, 11, 13. Really keen on the 10. I got a little bit of mail from Squirter for the 10 and 13. Thanks, Squirt. So they both go in. Big Boy Roy, Tone, you got it there on top.
Oh, got to put him in.
Do you?
Big boy. Oh, yeah.
Now,
don't chuck him in.
We're going to pulled him out of a hat sort of thing. Big Boy Roy.
No, we've got to get a little bit of background information here, Tazzy. We know that Tone loves to back up. Like he loves to back up. Like
he does.
If he was in prison, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he would be right on those
backing up.
handles.
Don't worry about that.
Right on the handles. That's it.
A bit of love, and he can't go too long without a bit of a human touch. But anyway, Big Boy Roy, how many times have you tipped it, Tone?
A couple of times.
Oh,
a few
33. 33 to be exact.
No, you're out of hand a bit. No, I've only tipped it a few times. I'm very selective with my selection.
It's gone from a couple.
Very selective. I said a few times. Yeah.
Doesn't we do like Tone?
I'm not going to say the word, but
the thing you've got to realise, Tone, is
that's what he is.
That horse, though.
Rabbit.
Every time we hear that name, we just love it. It's like a bell. A bell goes off when we hear Big Boy Roy, and it just sends us into this crazy world.
You're like the bloody gremlins out of the movie. Don't give them water. There you go.
Tone, can I tell you how many times you've tipped it? Can I let you know?
No, you
7.
wouldn't. No,
it's 7.
You exaggerate so much.
I've recorded I've recorded every bet you've ever had, Tone, on this thing, but I don't know.
There are other days that it's been in. Yeah,
No,
All right. Go
I
on.
mean a titanium tip. How many times have you tipped the titanium tip, Big Boy?
Well,
Roy?
you tell me, because
I
you're the
reckon
big
he's got
swing.
three.
You've got all the information there.
3?
You've got all the information there. Come on,
No,
let's fire it
4
out.
times it's been a titanium.
Right. Okay, 4 times.
And it's won twice outside of the titanium.
Yeah.
How many
It
times?
won when it went up.
How many
it went
times
up.
has it won as a titanium?
0.
Exactly. Interesting.
Well, very interesting stat. But I'll tell you what, when it did win last
Well, it's
start,
not necessarily
Gold
the horse
Coast.
fault, you idiots. It's
No.
because of these jockeys who don't know how to ride the horse properly that have been on it.
yes,
That's what's happened. And
The
they've pulled
Japanese-
it up. When the money goes on, oh no, the price is not good enough. They
The
pull it up.
Japanese bike gangs are in the background there. I don't know if you can hear that.
Well, let me tell you, there's another one in this race, which is an overseas horse, okay, that's really settled in extremely well in Australia. And with this being its second preparation, it came back with a lovely win last start. And that's Legs 11, Old Flame.
There we go. I like the name.
So
Tony.
Yes.
stick in Old Flame as well, because this horse now starts to get to a distance where it's proven when it was overseas. And yeah, I think it's settled in really well. And the wet will not fear any cut in the ground.
I remember my brother, Uncle Simon, Tone, he actually backed it one day when it won up in Queensland, Big Boy Roy.
Yeah,
And then he
It won
messaged me straight away and he
won
said,
like a good
"Was Tone
thing."
on?" I said,
What
"No,
about 8 to
Tone
1?
he didn't like it today. He paid about 6 skins."
yeah, it was
Yes,
magnificent.
yes.
And
It
my
just
brother
led-
said,
led-
"The only reason why he backs Big Boy Roy is because of you."
yeah,
Oh, I'm pleased he won money. That's good. But you took the conversation away there. We were talking about Old Flame, but you weren't
Yes.
listening because you're a fucking degenerate.
No,
And
Big
we were
Boy
talking about
Roy.
Old Flame. No, we weren't talking about Big Boy Roy.
Oh,
Is
we
that
have to
right?
go back to
We
Big
were
Boy
talking
Roy.
about Old Flame.
You can never get away from Big Boy Roy.
Well, Old Flame, good horse, but an absolute corrupt jockey on it. I wouldn't back it. I'd put it in the, of
Shit
course,
list.
got to
Turdy Tommy.
Turdy Tommy's on board,
Mm.
floating to the top of the settling ponds. No thanks. But I'd
Surf
put it in the
Dancer.
exotic.
Surf Dance is already because it won the Grafton Cup. I think it's already qualified for the big dance. Now,
Yes.
Marta, if you're listening, the big dance is the big dance. It's not the big dance.
Now, Pez, I
Yes.
realise that you say that to Tomato,
Yeah.
but Tone,
Yeah.
the big dance is the big dance. It's not when we get together and have a barn and we put the straw hats on and have a dance as well. All right?
Yeah, I know that.
I didn't.
In the last leg, we've got numbers 3, 4, 5, and 7.
Wow.
Tassie's left out a ghost down the bottom. Nebhar, he was on a couple of starts back. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty keen on the Tyler Schiller horse to tell you. I think Tyler's a really underrated jockey. Geez, he had a good day yesterday, Tone. I think he rode 4. But
Oh,
a very fine red.
Love it.
Really good. No, I think today at Hawkesbury, he had a great day, Tyler.
Very fine red, eh?
I think first up, it's its best run. Around 10 skins from barrier 1. Beautiful. I like
What do you reckon?
run of the race.
Pez, what's this stable name? Is it Merlot?
Yeah,
No, I'd be very curious. I'd be really curious to know, and if anyone did know, please let us know. What would a very fine red's stable name be?
Yeah, might
Be interesting.
might be a blend.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got fire in there because we've got to throw in the Tassie Chautauqua Silks. He loves a Chautauqua horse. And Tone, you're pretty keen on the 5.
yeah, Starman. First up, J-Mac in the saddle. One of Waller's. I think this is a big chance in this race. Drawn in barrier 2. Yeah, I think J-Mac's in for a massive day on Saturday.
I was going to say, it's interesting
And this
that
is
you've said
another
that.
one that I think you'll get up on.
So you think J-Mac's got a good ride, a good book of rides, Tone?
Oh yes, he's got a full dance card of just about a full dance card, I reckon.
Tone, who's
Good.
riding Big Boy Roy?
Oh,
J-Mac, is he?
J-Mac.
Oh,
Gee whiz.
wow.
But I'll tell you what, don't
Plus-
leave out the 7. I know I've thrown out the 16,
Mm,
and when these two last met, The 7, I think, was underdone. So I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Nasturtium or something like that? But I think it's going to improve after its first up effort.
Nasturtium.
Yeah, something like that. But
Sounds like
it was.
I don't know.
It was
Nasturtium.
beaten odds on first up. Will be improved.
We got a bit wide this week. We're going $36 for 10%, $18 for 5. I'll probably go myself. But we want to get away to a winner in the first leg. And
Absolutely.
honestly, I think we got the second leg covered. We got the third leg. That's lay down was there with BigBoyRoy and Perfect Answer. We got that covered. And I think we just need a bit of luck in the last. And you never know, a very fine red we might be enjoying on Saturday night, grand final night, when we get the Sydney quaddie. Should pay a minimum 60 grand.
Spending some of that treble money. Anyway. No comment.
Treble money.
Okay, guys, we're about to run out of time, so we'll come back for the titanium. Everybody,
go get ourselves a drink. Do you reckon?
3 out of 5. Oh, here we go. It's grand final week. It's Underwood Stakes Day on Sunday. Pretty exciting. We got a quaddie tomorrow night at Bet3 for Moonee Valley that we've talked about already. We've got a quaddie in Sydney, of course. We're going to win a minimum 60,000. So 10% of that, Tone, is I think it's 6 grand. I've done my maths right. And then, of course, Sunday, Underwood Stakes Day. Might be shorter than a boy stick under a cold shower, Tone, as you love to say. Especially if I Wish I Win wins, and then of course Zaki wins.
Yes,
it could be pretty short, but anyway, it's going to be fun. A great day racing.
Thunderstruck.
On Thunderstruck, yeah, wow. You might be able to
top all Zaki.
Out. Pretty exciting racing coming up, and I always feel like the Underwood, it's usually the grand final's finished. Victoria then turns its I don't know. It's way
attention. It's attention.
That's right.
Turns its attention.
I'm an English teacher, Tom. I couldn't think of a word for attention.
That's okay, and I'm straight off the boat.
Turns its attention towards the Spring Carnival, of course, and the Underwood kicks us off with really good horses. Only good horses win the Underwood. Anyway, Tone, we get into it. Geez, I don't know. What could be his titanium tip? You never know with Tone.
Can I just say something? Because I know there's some racing in Toowoomba now.
Oh,
I'm pretty confident.
Right.
That Bonaparte's racing.
Yes, the Wheatwood.
I'm confident.
The time
that Miss Divine M is in the same race.
Yeah, in the Wheatwood, you get 20 skins. So
I'd be very interested to see if Tone was taking Ghost against Ghost, and he made one of them.
That'd be like asking you who's your favourite kid, wouldn't it, Tone? Miss Divine M or Bonaparte. Jeez, that'd be.
Now, the next thing is, I know that Tone says how much he hates these provisional racetracks in Victoria, like Mornington.
Yes.
But I've had a look, and there's a couple of ghosts that he's got there, and he might just spring a rabbit out of the hat. So I am going to wait, Tone. I'm going to throw it to you because I want to see what the TT is.
Can I take a guess?
Go on.
I know we talk about how Tone is, he loves to back up. So
yeah,
I reckon he's been sticking in North recently. Remember, he's got his little system like Melbourne horses running around in Queensland now. So
Aussie Nugget.
I think it's got to be Aussie. I think it's got to be Aussie in the Toowoomba Cup. I think you took the words right out of my mouth.
Aussie
it was
Nugget.
One of his favourite horses. Another Ghost.
And Tony does lay a few Aussie nuggets, doesn't he? A couple of good Aussie nuggets.
Oh, I reckon
morning
Tone,
or evening, Tone.
I reckon Tone as a kid, his mum and dad would have said, "What do you want to be when you grow up, young Tony?" And Tony would have gone, "Chicken nugget taste tester." I reckon he loves a chicken nugget, Tone.
Oh.
He'd destroy 50 of them.
Easy.
But
with sweet and sour sauce.
Oh yeah, he's a bit exotic, Tony. He doesn't mind a bit of sweet and sour.
I'm excited now.
Are you excited?
Aussie Nugget.
It's got to be the system.
Divine
Melbourne horses, Victorian horses.
Mornington. You never know.
All right.
Hit us.
We know he loves to back up, has he?
I'd love to see a horse called Back Up.
Oh.
Tony would be on it straight up.
Oh, here we go. Hang on. Oh, Tony.
So would you?
No, I've got to fix it, Tony. We're a bit small here. I've got to make ourselves a little bit
This
bigger.
is just adding to the theatre of it all, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Wow.
If you could put music on now, what would you have?
It'd be the Emperor's March, wouldn't it? Be the Death March, Darth Vader.
Or the
That'd be
chariots. What
rocking.
about the chariot? What about the chariots of gold?
Rocky.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, it'd either be Rocky or the Pink Panther theme.
Dun, dun, dun. What about Eye of the Tiger?
Oh,
That's a big one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon
Yes.
Tony would throw back to a bit of Billy Idol.
Do you think so? What about a bit of Bucks Fizz? Hey, would you like Bucks Fizz?
Well, Tony might be really
What's that gay band? from the 60s?
flock of seagulls or something. It might be a bit of men without hats and a bit of safety net.
Oh, flock of seagulls. I ran.
Oh no, Tony, where's it gone? Oh no.
Oh Christ! I hope to get to bed sometime tonight, like
Oh,
possibly,
I'm
like.
trying to find the.
But I'm working with absolutely people who've got
It's hard
no
to fly
idea
like
what
an
they're
eagle. It's
doing.
hard to fly like an eagle, Tony.
Yeah, you're not bloody wrong.
Anyway,
I
the
did it
Sydney
for them,
Quaddie.
I know.
Good luck. 36. We've gone a bit wide this week. There might be a couple of scratchings in the first leg. You never know. Go shorter in the second leg if you're keen on. What's it called again? I reckon it's a really good horse.
Secret.
In Secret.
In
It's
Secret.
The new Animo for the Blue Battlers. Tony, you ready?
Yeah, fire her up. Put her up there.
Oh,
There
my.
you go. Look at that. See?
Oh,
That's what I
my.
mean.
Oh, my.
Oh my God.
Oh,
In from 41s. It's in from 41s.
Oh, that's your money.
oh, market mover. Market mover.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to sell it to you. I'm going to sell it to
Ooh.
you. I'm not a car salesman, and I'm not selling Illumian sidling or what it is, or bloody, like,
Aluminium siding,
Yeah.
yes, that's it.
solar panels.
Now, that's it. Solar panels. Now,
What about
obviously
carpet or encyclopedias?
no.
I reckon Tony would have been one of those dodgy pricks who used to bring the books around to the canteens.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell you a few books.
The Funk and Wagnalls. Or the Britannicas.
Serious.
Come on, go, Tone. Go. I want sell us the water to
John
the Eskimo.
McEnroe said it best.
You going to listen?
Yes.
Right. Now, in this race, Waller's got two. He's got spastic. Oh, I can't say that word. He's got a special needs jockey on a tissue at 10-1, which is probably into about 6s now. He's
one of Mardo's favourites.
Probably one of the best jockeys in Australia on BigBoyRoy at 41 skins. Now
he rode 5 out of 10. He rode 50% of the card last week, J-Mac.
So, admittedly, last start, he's fresh back, the old fella. He had a little bit of a run there and he finished about 10th or something. But, he got one of the best jockeys in Australia on this quadruped. And he's a big boy. That's why they call him BigBoyRoy. And what J-Mac's going to do, he's going to thread him through going to muscle his way through the field like a big sumo. And then when he comes around the bend and starts to go up the straight, I tell you what, you'll think it's the start of the grand final, or, like they come into the straight in the Melbourne Cup. There will be a roar like you've never heard before.
Oh, there will be, all right.
BigBoyRoy is going to be coming home faster than a young buck on a promise. And, for those who follow and believe in the titanium, I would take the four places you can get on Betfair, have a glass of cement and toughen up. And don't forget, and some people have very short memories, not me. This time last year, and the host is an absolute bloody bags everything I tip. He's got to be with me on this. Johnny get angry, fat boy. Johnny get angry.
I don't tip that as well.
Domino, Super Seth,
unique artist,
that positive piece.
Spoken Romans.
So, like,
Miami bound.
Are really back favourites? Noah, get on. Noah, get on.
Okay.
So this is the time of year that we start to. We're like a lighthouse beacon. That shining light comes around in the spring carnivals, and Big Boy Roy is going to be right up there.
So this is when we separate the big boys from the
others.
That's right.
Because
get on. 41 skins into 34 already. J-Mac, because he's worth the money, you know. So
I like the pitch, but I reckon I might need a tissue or two afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, well, you know, but why didn't he put J-Mac on a tissue?
No, he's got young forward on it, yeah.
No, I do like it. I just thought it rhymed. But it's interesting. How many times has J-Mac been on Big Boy Roy? Because
he's rated a few. He's rated a couple.
Yeah. So
he's rated off.
Yeah.
Have you got the form?
Maybe.
Because I reckon he's probably been on it maybe 6 or 7 times for maybe one placing or something, or has he done better than that? I don't know. No, I seriously don't know.
This is the type of race, and you know, you don't know what the track's going to be like. It's probably going to be wet, right? Really wet.
Yep.
So I'm expecting a lot of roughies myself.
Yep.
In Sydney on Saturday. I reckon things that are supposed to win aren't going to win, and I think it's going to be like there's going to be some roughies. And I think Big Boy Roy, he's going to be right up there. He's going to be coming over.
I just love the way you're saying it. I wish you were a race caller right now, just calling it.
Oh no, Darren Flindell loves it. He gives it the Big Boy Roy. He gives it the old.
Yeah, he does. I reckon he's on every time it runs.
I might have to start calling you Taz, Tone, because you spoke about 22 minutes. Seriously, I feel even more stupider than I was 22 minutes ago.
I'm just curious how many times you actually said Big Boy Roy, because if it was 22 minutes, I think you said it 63 times.
All right, okay. Yeah,
that's perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know how much I love it? I love it so much because whether this wins or it doesn't win, next week's show, we can revisit the Big Boy Roy story. Winning or losing, it doesn't matter. Big Boy Roy. Seriously, I mean, I've got 2 beautiful children. I'm not having any more. I've closed up shop. Haven't had the snip, but I've just closed up shop. If I had another child and it was a boy, I'd call him Roy. And when he was born, I'd say, look, I've got a Big Boy Roy here.
Big Boy Roy.
Have a look at my Big Boy Roy. I love it. Love it. Well done, Tone. Good luck.
Good luck. You know, the familiar, like Tone sent me through this morning. I sent him back a message. Are you sure? Like, is this a joke or like, you know, no joke, Tone?
That's a good one.
So Tony, no joking.
Miami bound, Chimino, Sound, Johnny Get Angry. They're all double figures.
I've just worked out why he likes it. Because the numbers, race 9, number 6. Tone got it mixed up. He thought it was race 6, number 9.
Yes.
Right, yes.
No, it's good. Good luck. Everything's a chance.
Big Boy Roy, get on.
Absolutely. Our favourite here at Pulte, that's for sure.
Tez,
that is our favourite.
I feel a bit nauseous.
You okay?
No, I'm just Big Boy Royed out.
Well, I'll tell you, he's ready to go. The big boy.
Anyway,
I tell you, I hope he doesn't murder it though. I really hope J-Mac doesn't slaughter it.
Yeah, well, we know it's up to 1,500, and it doesn't mind a bit of giving the ground. So you never know, Big Boy Roy.
You never know.
You never know.
But you are a true Tony disciple if you're going to have your hard-earned Big Boy Roy. You do believe. You are a true believer. He's like the fucking Jeffrey Dahmer or the Charles Manson of the familiar. He will, if you go put your hard-earned on Big Boy Roy, you now belong to Tony's cult, and he will tell you to go out and murder someone, and you do it without hesitation.
Do you know what I'd like to see? If you are one of these people, okay, if you are a Triple T follower, put your ticket up. Show us your ticket. Let's see how many people. We don't need to know how much you put on it, but let's see how many of our familiar
Show us a
have
ticket.
gotten
with
on Big Boy Roy.
Roy.
Show us a ticket with Big Boy Roy.
Just show us the
Love
name.
it.
That's all we need.
That's it. Yep. And we'll give you a shout out.
We'll see how many disciples there are. I reckon there's one or two. I reckon Ando and Noe. That's it.
Well,
Willow
Rachel's put a pen through it already.
Willow, Barney, Noah.
Big Barney.
Yep.
Big boy Barney, I tell you. Jeez.
What about Luke?
Lukey's shut up shop. I think he's gone over to anyway. All right, here we go. Pez has found a little sneaky. I love the what's it called? That horse in Sydney, Taz? I keep forgetting. Best horse in
It's secret.
Going to be the.
It's secret.
next
Number
animal.
16.
There you go.
Number 16. Number 16.
Needs a
It's
better
secret.
name. Needs a better name. Though.
Yeah, think of Fireburn. Number 14.
There we go. The Gold Coast there for your tone little bums for you. Anyway, we know you like bums. Anyway, Toowoomba, I found one in the Wheatwood. I'm taking on the Might of Tone and his ghosts. I'm taking on Mr. Vine M at 20 skins. And of course, Bonaparte at around 9. I've got one here, F Troop, Angela Jones, a queen of Toowoomba. She got an amazing strike weight, the girl. I love her as a jock. I think she's very talented. And she's riding the other Golden horse. So actually, Tony's got about 3 or 4.
Yes.
And how many times have you backed this more than once? You've backed up, big boy.
I haven't backed up. I've never
I wouldn't
thrown out
want
the F Troop.
you behind me if I drop the soap. I'll tell you what. Yeah, you've been on this more than once, so don't bloody have a
No,
crack
big
about
boy. No.
Big Boy Roy, because he's a champion.
Big Boy Roy's a champion now.
Absolute champion. It's in my stable. And if you're going to get, so's Bug Boy. He's in my stable too.
He went around last week on the weekend.
He did.
I think he had a bit of a bug, obviously.
He did have a bit of a bug. But you've got to know when to be on him.
That's right.
Last year, Taz went to Toowoomba on Grand Final Day again for the Toowoomba Cup.
Wapiti.
Yep.
Yeah, Wapiti, yep. And there's a couple of horses that were in that race. Honourable mention comes into this race.
I reckon it's a huge chance in the Toowoomba Cup, the 2.
Yeah, there's another one up the top though that's probably going to start favourite. That's Seed of Power.
Right.
It's been going into good form, but yeah, it's a good race actually. It's not a bad race.
I love the Toowoomba card because it's the Brisbane meeting at Toowoomba. Tone doesn't like the provincials. I don't mind it, to tell the truth.
Yep.
We go to the time-honoured Wheatwood. It's a great race. It's like Charge of the Light Brigade around the bend. It's fucking magnificent. F Troop really stiff last week. Garibaldi's the favourite of the race, another Golden horse. One at the Gold Coast, beat F Troop last start. I think F Troop have got Garibaldi's run. Garibaldi, I think it is Garibaldi.
Just
F Troop
the other one. Just the other one.
Change the result. I think F Troop had the duck and dive. It got held up at an important stage at about 150 to go. It lost a couple of lengths, and then it's gone back to the inside. And only was beaten a neck. So I think if we had Garibaldi's run, I think we changed the results. Garibaldi's at 7 skins. It's an open race, the Wheatwood. Don't you worry about that.
Very open race.
This is a chocky race wheel. This is spin the wheel and see who wins. And I think at F Troop, if you're a fan of Garibaldi at 7 skins, I don't see why you wouldn't go double your money at 14s and have a fair crack at F Troop. And this is another Tony horse. He loves the show. Remember the old F Troop Tone? You remember that?
Yes. Saw that show.
Yeah.
With this, you don't lose anything with Angela Jones. She's been riding super for Golden too. You know what I mean?
I think
she's
Angela,
really come on.
As Tone would know, I think out of her last 13 rides, she's won 5. So she's on fire, the girl. So
you don't lose anything there.
And the Queen of Toowoomba, she's got the best strike rate and the best percentage over the last 12 months because obviously all these jocks are sort of riding in Brisbane, whereas she's riding in Brizzy for a couple, then she'll escape to Toowoomba and ride 3 or 4. So she knows the track and distance. Golan's put her on for as he does. And you always back the second Golan horse or the third or the fourth. And Mass Destruction, a bit of a shout out to Squirter's mate, Marky Abbott. He's an owner of Mass Destruction. That's a favourite at 7 skins. Garibaldi's at 750. So I think when Golan's got 4 or 5 in it, you always go the biggest price because you're probably going to get a good run. And they are a betting stable, as they say. Now, Tony, the big news is 5 skins into 34s, into 14s will get you back a lazy $2,380. Now, Barney should be able to afford a new pair of shoes. And grand
He
finals,
should
good
be.
memories, remember, Tone?
Oh, yes.
2 years ago when the Tigers smashed the Cats at the Gabba, we had a great result, didn't we, Tone? We had Miami bound in the positive piece. And
Yes,
around
yes.
600 to 1. So I reckon grand final day, we're due. Let's hope we all line
Absolutely.
up.
There's nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, I'm
No,
due for a
absolutely
haircut.
not.
I mean, I was halfway. I thought about it getting a haircut last week, but then I thought only one winner, so I only got to cut half my head. And I don't know. No, it didn't happen. Pezza, please try to do the right thing. I'm getting a haircut no matter what.
The silent partner of the group in Jason, Adrian Barnes, Jab, Poison, Peter Van Darkus, Prick, Cancerous, Rules McGovern, whatever you want to call him, Barney. Barney said, boys, we need a tip for the AFL Grand Final and we need a Norm Smith medalist if it's at all possible, because he was quite angry we didn't put any Brownlow tips up. He was very upset.
Oh, Barney.
We've got one blue flog in the group, so maybe
How good was Cripper? How good was it?
Cheating to, yeah, great.
He didn't cheat, mate. He was cleared.
No,
didn't do anything
I
wrong.
don't care, mate. I don't care. They should go back and give Corey McKernan fucking a Brownlow medal, because
Another worthy
get
winner.
suspended for fucking what he did. He hand tapped fucking Chris Grant or whatever.
Yep.
You know, fucking bullshit. You got a
Well,
week.
didn't Chris Grant also miss one for the
He
same
missed
reason?
one. Yeah, missed one with a little jab, little puncher, little gut puncher. You wouldn't even get a week nowadays for that little jumper punch.
You know what was
anyway,
interesting? Yeah, you do that, and then I'll talk about the other sport, because I saw a thing about Mario Fenech. It really threw me.
Yeah,
threw me off.
sad. Very sad.
Yeah. But we'll stick with the proper football, not the pass the parcel.
Yeah. Pass the parcel. Mario Fenech is doing it pretty tough. He's got too many knocks to the head, Taz.
Yeah. It was a show on telly. I don't know. I stayed up and watched it, and I was really, really actually quite emotional about it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they always used to take the piss out of him when he was on that show and stuff.
He was a big part of the footy. He was the Billy Brownless of the footy show.
Yeah.
For them, like he was the joke and the big affable larrikin, And,
but he was also an absolute superstar. So was Billy, of course.
Yeah.
And it's just sad. It's sad that we're finding out so much now about those types of injuries, and sad for the family. But anyway, let's keep it positive. Do you want me to go first, or Tony?
Don't mention Clarko or Fags or anything.
No. Tone, give us your tip.
Tip,
and then I'll follow up.
Simple. Cats win by 25 points, and Dangerfield for the Norm Smith.
Dangerfield's the favourite, Tone, at 7 skins, so you're still getting a price.
Still getting a price, yes. And absolutely, Geelong will just go for them like a hot knife through butter, I think.
Oh.
Too strong this year. Too strong.
Too good?
Yeah, I think they're too good.
I tend to agree with you. No, you're not wrong, because I'm with you. I think Geelong will win, and I'm actually going to take the plus 39. I think that we've all talked up the final series, and I think the way that Sydney tired last week, they're going to bring that form in, and they're going to get absolutely poleaxed. Wow. And I'm going with good old Cameron to kick a bag full, like 6.
Wow.
I'll have him to kick the first and probably even kick the last. So he's my Norm Smith medalist.
Yeah.
And Geelong to win with the margin.
Yep.
Sorry, Mardo, because I know you're a Swan supporter. Good luck, but not for me. And Barney, that one goes out for you, mate.
Yeah, Mardo, I'll say the same. Good luck, but I just don't think you.
I grew up in Geelong, Tone. I grew up in Geelong, and as you can imagine, being a North Melbourne supporter growing up in Geelong, you tend to hate them, like hate. So I can't do it. But even though I love my mates, I love Circus. Circus, big shout out to Mark Craig at the moment. He's doing it really tough with his family, and beautiful sister Sue just passed away this week.
That's terrible.
She had a couple of strokes. She's battled cancer the last 5 years. She should have only lasted a year, but she's lasted at least nearly 4. So she's an absolute fighter. And she said to her son said, "Mum, give up. You fought too long." And she basically turned around and said, "Fuck off." She kept fighting, girl. So she's a beautiful woman, and grew up with a big mad crush on her. And I wanted to marry her because I wanted to be in Mark's family. That's how much I love Mark. So good on you, Cirque. We're thinking about you, mate, and we love you. I hope the Cats get up for you, but unfortunately, I just can't. My heart of hearts do it. But I think Geelong's a team. I think they're the first team since Essendon back in 2002 to be number one ranked offense and defense, which never happens, Tone. They're the best forward line and the best back line, which is basically you've got a super team. For me, you need a story with the Norm Smith. I got robbed a couple of years ago. Marlon Pickett, Tone. We should have got that. You know, he was around that day in front of Dusty. First game, debut, kick through. Yeah. Come on. Where's your fairy tale? Anyway, if Sydney do win, there's only going to be two players that are going to do it for them. And number one, it's their midfielders. So I'm going to go Warner, the Chris Judd of the competition. This kid is an absolute jet. Will win a Brownlow, I reckon, in 2 years. Me and Barney were talking about it today. Get on. He's an absolute gun. And I love Rowbottom, Tone, because you at the moment keep calling me a turd. So anything with bottom like today, La Derriere, Black, anything that relates to turds, I'm on.
How good was La Derriere, by the way? 7-1. Yeah. And I got it in a double as well.
Good on you, Tassie.
Thanks, big swinger, get in there. You've got the big coin, the big fist is coming up.
General Darcy, did you see General Darcy tonight? I mean, sorry, I'm digressing, but General Darcy.
So I'm just saying, I love Rowbottom and I love Warner. But again, get on Paddy McCartan, because if he holds Jeremy Cameron to 0,
there's the story.
Tommy Hawkins, there's your big story for your Norm Smith. But then again, I think Geelong's going to win. I'm going to have probably 3 Sydney Swans players, and I'm going to have about 5, because the Norm Smith we can cover. We can make profit, big profit in Norm Smith. I'm going to go Tommy Stewart because I love him. I'm going to go the young bloke De Koning because if he beats Franklin, that's the game. And then, of course, you've got to go Selwood. You've got to go Danger as your cover. And, of course, I'm going to go Tommy Atkins for the story time. Basically, this kid was a walk-in. He was on their rookie list, but he actually walked in and said, I reckon I can play. And they said, oh, yeah.
There's another story. You've missed another one.
Not Gary Rowan. I can't go Gary Rowan.
No, the All-Australian bad boy from South Australia. Tyson.
I don't think Stingo's just going to get enough of it to be.
I don't know, but I mean, if you look in stories.
Yeah, you're going to need a story. Yep, you throw.
What about Superman? Hey, pulled a hammy. He pulled the muscle off the bone, and he's going to play the Geelong wingman. No, the Geelong Holmes. Is that his name? There's another story. If he gets up and plays,
Isaac Smith's a great story, isn't it? Won 3 flags before come to Geelong.
There's a lot of stories there, isn't
There's a lot of stories. You need a story, Tone. You don't get a story. But a great game. It's going to be so exciting. Everyone's coming over to my place Saturday. We should go a little bit live sometimes, Tone, because we're going to be on the beers, and hopefully we all line up. BigBoyRoy, we might go live and make a TikTok.
We'll be live after he gets up at 40s. Yeah,
are you going around?
Got him home.
Will you be at Pez's on Saturday?
Certainly will be.
Oh,
BigBoyRoy, get the job done.
I want to see the footage because I've only got footage of Nature Strip. I'd love to put this one next to it and to see all you guys all thanks, to see you all off. No, but I'm just saying you sent it to me, the footage.
Yeah,
it would just look amazing.
Friendly lot like you two. Good God,
mate. You know that footage was there, but I'm looking.
Hey, you know what they say? Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies
closer. Yeah, you scumbag.
You know.
Right.
So a massive big weekend, huge weekend.
I love the beers. Good on you, boys. Wish I was in Japan.
Oh yes, we wish you were too, mate. Because tell you what, when BigBoyRoy comes around that bend and knocks a few over.
Oh.
It's going to be.
I can't believe
it. And he has to run a place, for something to collect.
Probably
that's it.
Yeah,
31. I'd be curious what Bet365, paying the extras, because you can go a bit more. You can go down to 5s,
5 places,
Bet 5 and stuff. So
yeah. But big massive weekend. Good luck to Barney and the Cats. Good luck to Circus. I hope they win for
Yes, yeah. And good luck to all the boys in the
good
footy.
luck to the boys. Be safe, and please take care of your health. And but indulge this weekend at least, because we all should be celebrating the beautiful life of Sue Craig. All right, cheers, boys. Hooroo!
Absolutely, well done.
Put a line through
it. Well done, fellas. Enjoy it. Take it easy.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, a subscribe.
That's it. Get there on the YouTube. Come on.
Yeah. Turn the bell on for the notifications. There might be a few short videos coming through. Right. Put right through it.